Welcome. It is I, Tevin El Chapo. Friends call me Chop. And this right here is Chop Logic, the show where we bring on many different people from many different walks of life. We see what they know, how they know it, with some trivia as well. I'm still working on that intro, but hey, nevertheless, we got a special guest in the building today. You know, real special guest, real special visionary. We have Sis in the building.
Oh,
You know,
hi.
so first and foremost, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. You know what I'm saying? We just thank you for gracing us with your presence today. You know, but if you can, just tell the people, like, what do you do exactly?
Okay, I am a photographer. I do a little bit of
Now,
videography, but I'm like very rusty. I haven't done it like in a long time. Like photography and creative direction is like my thing. And I'm currently working on a couple books. So like someday I'll be an author when something is published.
hey, you gotta get that. Hey, get that book money.
Hey, I
That's
need
where it is.
all of it.
So all right, so let's just take it back to like the very beginning. Of just your journey. What brought you into photography, and what made you kind of step into that field?
Um, let's see. I was going to SCAD. I was studying sound design. So my BFA is in sound design. I was a minor in film. I was taking a lighting class that I was failing miserably because I didn't understand like the number aspect of like lighting and shit. It was mad hard. And so one of my bosses like let me borrow one of his cameras and was like putting me on these tasks of like night shooting to like walk me through like how to understand light and see light, whatever, so I could pass my class. And I had his camera one day, and one of my friends had a friend who was coming into town to shoot one of his collections for his brand. And he was like, "You got a camera? That's a good camera. Come over here and do some BTS for us." And I was like, "Okay, sure." And so I came and I did some BTS, just like spitting in the dark. And it was a lot of fun. It was really good. They really liked the pictures. It was like instantly rewarding. So it was like different than film. And I feel like I had like a niche in it. And I just kind of like never put a camera down since, for real.
Nice. That's what's up. Before we go any further, I just want you to know that Frankie is right behind you.
It's okay.
All right, I just want to make sure because I see him creeping around your corner, your side, and I'm like,
He tried to act like he don't like
he's
me.
trying to act like he acting real like
He
just
like
super brand new, just. But anyway, but that's super dope. What were some of like your mentors coming into the game, or like just the influences of just other creatives?
Let's see. So one of my old bosses, like Devin Smith, is like I guess like a mentor to me. He's like a mentor to me, like a big brother, kind of like walked me through like everything I know. And then Hadley, who was our like in-house lead photographer for the university. I learned a lot of stuff from her. So like Hadley was also a mentor to me, and I was in the library doing research on photography a lot because I studied sound design, so I wasn't like getting it in my curriculum. And I really gravitated a lot towards like Nick Knight's work and like the experimentation aspect of like what he was doing and how he had been doing it for like over a decade. So I would say like those three people.
Okay, nice. So just given the time that you spent in photography, what were some of the hardships that you had to deal with, or some of the difficult things that you got to deal with in this field?
People be calling it like imposter syndrome.
I feel, yeah.
I think it's like you think your shit's not good enough. And then I realize like people be getting paid to do shit that's way worse than what you do.
That's one way to think. Yeah,
And then
that's one way to think of it.
Once you get that, you're in there because you're like, it don't matter. You think this is not good, so what?
Yeah, people getting paid just as much to do lesser work.
Yeah, or
lesser
getting paid
quality.
more to do like any like way worse than like what you could do. So I feel like that was like the biggest part of it. And so once I got over that threshold, which is really when I got my first like photo gig where I got paid for it, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing for real, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do this because you don't know that I don't know what I'm doing, but you like what I did, so okay, cool.
What was like? How long did it take to get to that point of getting that first paid gig from when you first started?
Probably like a couple months.
Okay, that wasn't even.
No, it wasn't a.
That
it
wasn't that long.
It wasn't a long time because so my mentor Devin, who like walked me through photography for real once I was like passing my lighting class enough and being like, okay, I really want to take an interest in photography. I started to like learn from him because he's like a technical person. So equipment is his thing. So he walked me through a lot of stuff. One of his friends worked at a magazine and they needed photographers at the time. And so he told her about me. And then by way of him, she was like, okay, cool. And then he told me, like, oh, I got you this thing, this magazine, you gonna do it. It's gonna be good. And I was like, Devin, I don't know what I'm doing. And he was like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm gonna show you this, and then you just go do it, and it's gonna be fine. And then that's how it worked out.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, that's a nice little put on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? It's just supporting.
I feel like in our industry, who you know is everything.
For sure.
So I feel like every job I've had or like every good opportunity I've had, even my current job, came like by way of just me knowing somebody and somebody being like, oh yeah, she could do it.
Same. You know what I'm saying? Your connections with people are just the main things that grow you as a person in all areas of your life, you know? So that's definitely that's a good way to take everything. Like if you're in the industry, just always make sure to grow your connections with people first. Yeah. The money's going to come with time.
Yeah, just like make genuine connections with people. It's like, I feel like sometimes people think like making genuine connections with people means like getting along with everybody that you meet.
No.
And it's like, that's not the thing. It's like just whoever you gel with, like just keep gelling with those people. It's like, you don't have to like take everybody and like everybody. It's like whatever works, whatever sticks, like it just does.
For sure. Yeah. So what would you consider some of your biggest accomplishments in photography up to this point? I know you got a lot, there's a lot more to be done, y'all. Mm-hmm. But, just like what now that you're here, like where you say like the biggest things for you in your career up to this point?
Like the biggest thing I've done?
Or just accomplishments. It don't even have to be like success in terms of just how others define it, you know?
I've like really gotten to a place in my work where I'm super organized and I can really like appreciate that growth and like having a lot of ideas and trying to execute them. I recently started a photo series that's going to like manifest into a book. I'm about 40% of the way done with it. I'm at like 175 images right now, but it's called Personality Check. And I love that body of work in general gets like really good perception. And it's like something I've been working on pretty much all year. So I would say like that's an accomplishment to finally like work on a full body of work that means something, that's going to be like a series of images that'll manifest into like a full project. I can't wait to finish that because I feel like it's been a long time since I like actually finished a project for real. And then by way of my job, like with the opportunity to work with like bigger brands and do stuff with bigger brands like Nike and Jordan and Mitchell & Ness. And so like that stuff is also cool and has its place in our realm of work. But I think like most of what I deem to be my personal accomplishments has come from this recent success of my personal work by way of just like focusing on it and being consistent and intentional about what I'm doing and being organized.
Definitely, just consistency just beats a little bit of everything, So and I'm glad you said organization. You know what I'm saying? As creatives, we don't really stay organized like that. Yeah. At least not me personally. I can't speak for the others. All right, all the creators in the room shaking their heads. Yeah, none of us are that organized, you know what I mean? So just like, what were like some of the first steps that brought you into like, okay, I need to be more organized, and like what were the first things that you started to do to get more organized?
First I had to be honest with myself and be like, bro, you never finish anything. Like, you have so many great ideas and you never finish shit for real. And then after that, I was like, okay, so what are a couple things that you want to focus on? Because as a creative person, it's really hard to be like, I'm going to do this one thing. Because it's like, there's so many things you want to do. So I picked like 5 things that I like dedicate my time to for real. Like for real. And give myself like a good amount of time to do it. Like I've been working all year on Personality Check. And I've taken other smaller like things in between, like here and there. And I've also been working on like 2 books in the process. So like those are 3 things that I'm like super focused on finishing this year and getting geared up to like get them done by December and then start another project by January.
Okay, got you. Yeah, because for me, I don't really organize nothing until it's time to really
do it.
You know what I mean? Like it's certain things about me like I will try to get prepared for, and that's something that I've been trying to grow within my creative space. Is just making sure that I'm, saying getting all my crossing my T's, dotting my I's on everything that I'm doing. Making sure that everything is 100% organized so that things are a lot easier down the line when it's time to do things. And I think that even part of my journey, shooting photos and videos was just more so because it was impromptu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of things that weren't organized, a lot of things that weren't set up. And you know what I'm saying? Like in my early years, I faltered because I'm not necessarily taking that time to organize with my clients, with my workflow, with, whatever the case
Yeah.
may be, So it's just like, it's a dynamic that all of us face.
Yeah, I feel like impromptu things are always good because like that's where you kind of like find your groove.
Yeah, but it's just
I
like
feel
doing it all the time.
Yeah,
just,
it's like so you get to a point where you have to like really sit down and be intentional about what you're doing because then you realize that resonates in the work, and that's one of the things that like makes people gravitate and stick with you in the things that you are doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. And it's just like those things that really stick, and you don't even realize like, oh, okay, it's because we set it up.
Yeah.
It's just that, what I'm saying, like the impromptus always make you sharper, what I'm saying, just out of practice, so your mental skills, your
that's
physical
what it
skills.
is, yeah.
But when you're not necessarily like taking that time to organize, you're not getting sharper in that realm of just being
Yeah.
organized. And, I feel like we're talking a lot about just being organized because it's super important.
So
you know what I mean? A
important.
lot more important than a lot of things that people kind of talk about.
Yeah, it's like knowing what you're doing. I feel like that's one of the things that I've loved about Personality Check. Like the series itself was like started on an accident. A friend of mine asked me to do some portraits of her, and I just so happened to have like this orange color seamless that I bought a while ago, and it was on sale, and I just like never used it, and I had it, so I was like, let's do some portraits on this. Like the shirt she had matched, I was like, it'll be easy, it'll be cool, and I was like, let's just do something fun. And the photos after I edited them, I was like, I love this. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna make it a series. And then once I sat down with the idea of it and I was like, okay, this is what it's going to be. This is the intention of the series. This is what the lighting setup is. This is what the color background is going to be every time. And I did like a couple of them to like see the reception of like people when they see it and be like, oh, I love this. And to know that it's like one color, one light, small idea, but the consistency of it and the fact that like I'm sticking to like the core of it every time I sit down to do it is something that's making people be like, oh wow. And I'm like, I need the recognition. I would like the recognition of this body of work because I think it's good. I do.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying it's super dope that you're just getting that positive response for Reality Check, just everything that you're doing. If you can define your style just as a photographer, like how would you define it as? Like what are there certain things? I'm not asking you to give away trade secrets or anything like that.
I don't have trade secrets for real. I feel
you never know.
I feel like as a photographer, I like to tell people like I'm an experimentalist. Like I'm not tied to anything. Like I don't love a specific tone of colors. I don't this, that, and the third, like whatever. I normally just kind of like do what feels good, but I have kind of entered this space since I've started this series of work where I've figured out that I like certain things. And so now I'm at a point where I'm like, I know that I like my whites really white, like pretty much blown out. And so now when I'm sitting down and I'm editing, it's not even like it's a style. It's just like something that I know that I like. So I'm always like either like bringing up my whites or bringing them down a little bit slightly because now I'm at a point where I know I like that. So I'll intentionally shoot overexposed because I know what I'm going to do with it in post. And I think that that's kind of going to start to bake into my style because even after I realized that about myself, I was like, I'm going to go back and re-edit Personality Check in this direction because at first when I sat down and edited the first 175 photos I did, I was doing it with like color in mind instead of like what I like from my eyes. So like I don't know that I have a style yet. I'm an experimentalist. I'm gonna try it. If I feel like it's gonna look good or like it feels good, I'm gonna try it.
Okay, yeah, it's just like I kind of feel I don't really have too much of a style neither. Nothing that can be really defined by just the visuals that I put out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of just like, for me, it's like a thematic thing. Like everything that I do is to uplift others. The whole thing of just like being empowering within yourself to uplift other people as well. And, just things like that. And even just keeping the creativity just on 10 at all times, you know. So It varies, you know what I'm saying, just between project to project, just where I want to go. But those are usually the core things that I always bring to every project that I do.
Yeah.
So,
And that stands out.
yeah.
And it's like the people who work with you, like those are the things that like they will mention to other people, or the things that they say to you about the things that you do. And then eventually someone will like walk up to you and be like, "That's your style." And you'd be like, "Okay, cool. Keep telling people that," because I don't know how to describe it. It's like people kind of decide your style for you, I feel like.
Yeah, too. You know, it's just like however people interpret your art.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like they define it as your style, who you are. And, you know, part of even you saying that you're experimental is that you don't have a box like that.
Yeah.
Like people can't look at one project that you're doing and be like, oh, okay, that's her. She's going to always do that. No, she's going to switch it up every time, you know what I'm saying, depending on how she feels, you know. But that's just part of the aesthetic of it all, is to be almost like considered unpredictable in a sense, you know.
My style is unpredictable. That's what I'm going to tell people from now. I'm going to be like, I'm unpredictable.
Hey, you know, just let them know off rip. You know what I'm saying? You never know what to get with me. You know what I'm saying? Just know it's going to be quality either way.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only consistency is quality.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And that's all you really need.
Yeah, that is very true. That's very true.
You know, so, you know, just how, with everything that you've done up to this point, like, how do you define what success looks like for you?
As long as it feels good. I mean, it's always nice to be paid adequately. Always nice to be paid adequately.
Facts. Hey, money is always
charge people for your shit.
For sure.
For real.
No doubt.
But I feel like as long as it feels good. I feel like of all the things I've done, like working with big brands and like being published, whatever, that's all the stuff people like to put in their Instagram bio to make themselves like look good to other people.
Yeah.
But I think that I've never really felt success for real in what I was doing until I like consistently stuck with personality check and been like, I'm going to do this. I feel an extreme amount of success to be like working towards something where I can see a definite end in it, but also for it to be organized enough to where I'm like, I'm actually executing an idea. So I think like in the body of work feels good. So I feel like when it feels good, you know that you are on track. Like that's success. Cause like you said earlier, like the money comes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it don't come if you charge cheap for it. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, you know, it's just knowing how to niche down and knowing your own style. You know, if you were like one of those cats that will shoot a little bit of anything and everything, then it's like people are never going to respect you enough to pay you that top dollar that you deserve.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
So I mean, just in terms of, we spoke on just like people who influence you, but like what type of like visuals, excuse me, have like influenced you, whether it been like TV, movies, like other art, just in general, other photography, like certain photos that may be iconic to you, that kind of like.
Let's see. There is this old ass Czechoslovakian film called Daisies that I really like and I reference a lot. It's like two ladies going real crazy, like fucking up a dining hall.
Why does this sound so familiar?
Because you probably seen it in like a film history class or some shit like that.
That's probably
but it's really good, and I don't know why I love it. Like back when I used to have a Finsta, I like had like inspirational like imagery on there, and I love that film a lot. I reference it a lot when I'm trying to like figure out where I want to go with something, because the film is so random itself, but it comes together as like a decent body of work and has a message and whatever. What else do I like? I like architecture a lot. I'm very inspired by architecture. I love like buildings and things like that. I'm very into that. And I guess like nature, like when I'm driving and I'm seeing like the way trees grow and things like that, like kind of makes me build sets in my mind or think about like concepts of like fluidity that I might want to try. And I normally try to like translate that into like what I'm doing with the human body when I'm shooting.
Okay.
So I think like those are probably like my sources of like inspiration for real. I don't pull a lot of inspiration from media just because I feel like it's something that's like already done.
True.
So it's like I like certain photographers. I love their work, but I also feel like it's really hard to like find inspiration in something that is like set and defined already, if that makes sense. So I feel like I find a lot of inspiration in things that like change or like super dramatically fluid in a way. So it'll be like film, or it'll be like nature, because maybe I'm going to drive by this today and it looks like this and I'm thinking of this, and like in the spring when I come back by here, I'm going to be thinking about something totally different.
True. Very true. I give you that. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the basics. Pretty basic, I feel like.
No, not necessarily.
Buildings, nature, and old ass movies.
Yeah, because it's like, even for you to do like, the types of portraits that you do, it's just when you say architecture, I was like, oh, okay, I didn't.
Yeah,
didn't know
I have
that.
a weird obsession with symmetry.
That's what I was thinking too, like something about lines that you have to really.
Yeah, I really like lines, but I also like, I'm really big on texture. So I like texture a lot. I get a lot of inspiration from texture. It's like, even in my portraiture work or in any of my work, like I don't retouch. It's like not a thing. I never retouch. Like, if you want me to take a photo of you and you want it to be retouched, I got to refer you to somebody else, because I'm not doing frequency separation. Like, I'll get rid of small blemishes and things like that. Like, if you have something obnoxious, whatever,
Yeah.
I'm never going to get rid of like that one permanent mole that everybody knows you by. I'm not getting rid of the wrinkles in your forehead. Like, I'm not getting rid of like the light spots in your skin. I'm not doing shit like that. I'm just not. Like, I like the texture of the skin. Like, I like, it makes it feel real.
Yeah.
And I think because we have entered this digital era of work where it's like super digital, and everybody's like, who has the best frequency separation tips, ways, how to do it? It's just like kind of taking away like the reality of it. And it's so weird that people gravitate towards that, because now film is making a comeback, like 35 millimeter in medium format. And the reasons that people love film are because of the like the textures of reality that live in the work. And because I shoot digital, I don't really shoot film, but I don't do any heavy editing on skin. I find that a lot of people will be like, oh, is this shot on film?
Wow.
Like, no, it's not. I just didn't touch it.
Yeah.
I colored it, and that was it.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't really have an opinion on that per se, because, personally, I don't really do those types of retouches either. Like, I think that there's some, like you said, there's certain blemishes that, you can like just edit out easily, but certain things that are like just iconic to who you are, to your skin tone, color, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, you got to kind of keep that. But I ain't going to hold you. I done had moments where I was shooting with somebody and they had some yellow teeth, and I had to go ahead and
I mean, that's
hit
easy.
that with you know what I'm saying? You got to hit those. You got to hit
those. Or like really bad
teeth,
acne. I shot this girl one time who had the worst acne like ever. But I didn't use frequency separation to like smooth out her skin. I kind of like got rid of it and like replaced those areas of the skin on her face with different areas of skin on her body, so her face still had a lot of pores.
Yeah.
And it had a little bit of imperfections, but it wasn't like having a lot of the bumps, and she really like appreciated that.
Yeah, I had to do that too. It was just kind of like just editing out like certain blemishes like that.
Yeah.
But it's a fine line too. Like, this, if you have the right vision and the right execution, then it shouldn't necessarily need excessive amounts of editing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
unless you're in like fantasy world things.
Yeah, if that was the purpose, like if you shot it with the intent of going crazy on the edit to like make it look completely different, then that's one thing. But if it's like, oh, okay, you shot it with one intention and now you have to edit it down because you didn't like how it looked, or you didn't like how the model looked, or things of that nature, then that's not necessarily the same thing.
That is true. That's true.
So, just kind of just how you want to execute it, how you want to be the visionary for it. Some people are different,
Yeah, I mean, look, everybody's different. Everybody has their preference. My preference is my preference.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing about just being a creative in the art space. You can create however you see fit.
Yeah.
So, and just, so just moving right along, like with everything that you got going on, everything that you're going through with the photography and everything that you're moving through, like how do you find like a work-life balance with everything that you got going on?
Work-life balance. I think being in a relationship makes me find work-life balance. For a long time I was single, so the work-life balance didn't exist. And like now, since I love my boyfriend, I like go out of my way to make sure that like I find some type of something. It's kind of hard because I feel like because of my job and like the things I'm doing in my free time, like it can be hard
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just one of those things where it's like it's always in limbo. It's like for a month I might be really good about it, and then like next month maybe like all work, and then the month after that I just might be like lazy as shit.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
So I'm still trying to figure that out. I feel like work life balance. Like I'm better at it in a way that I can be more productive. Like I find myself taking a lot of time during the week when I get off work to like work on stuff and saving like certain small things like follow-ups and edits and things like that for the weekends, just kind of like spreading it out like Friday through Sunday.
Okay.
And that normally helps because then I have like my Friday, Saturday, Sunday to actually do stuff. But I may take like an hour out of the day to sit down and edit this, or 2 hours out of the day to like follow up with my illustrator and take a look at the story again, or whatever.
Okay. Cool. So the power of love is
Power
what
of
help you
love.
balance the life that you live.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
I mean, all
pretty
right.
much. I can't lie. Yeah, I can't
Must
lie.
be nice. So you know what I'm saying? We just here on the Chop Logic podcast, we just gonna keep pushing through all the work every day, all day.
I feel like I don't know. That's not bad though.
It's not bad at all, you know.
I feel like I got so much shit done when I was single.
Oh no, boy, this is the most
Like,
productive my life has ever been.
I wasn't
Trust.
doing nothing. I was
Man,
like
what?
at work and like on my computer 25/8. Like what was free time? I got so much shit done. But I also got burnt out.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's real.
yeah,
Yeah, because it's like you worked all of this like time backed up into itself to like get all this shit done. And then when you get burnt out, you take that long span of time where you just don't do shit. So it ends up balancing itself out anyways.
yeah. I'm getting cooked right now. I ain't even gonna I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like we all been there though. That's real though. Because I feel like I'm 25, so like up until like almost a year ago, that was my life for real.
I mean, hey, you know, you just got to live this life.
You do.
Make sure you make sure you just grind it out as much as you can. Give yourself that self hug if you need it. And,
Yeah, but take the breaks too.
take the breaks too, man.
Yeah.
Take the breaks. You know, I try and take breaks. You know, myself. Just finding that balance, just to spend time with my family. You know, my friends, my loved ones,
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much more to life than working, and the work
Yeah.
isn't going to disappear because
It's
you did
not.
all of it at one time. It just
That's
means
true.
that you have more room for more work to come in. So create that time for yourself. Create that time for your own just personal integrity and just your mental health. And
Yeah.
It's super
Friends
important.
keep you balanced. Good friends are good.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just good friends. Kind of like Frankie, who just
Oh,
Just
he
nestled
came
up,
over
man.
here and like fell asleep next to me after he tried to run from me.
yeah, man. Shout out to the kid, Frankie. You know what I'm saying? The Chop Logic
Damn.
mascot, I guess, at this point.
Now you gonna let me touch you? Oh, you want to be rubbed on?
Yeah, he's a wild boy. He's a wild boy. All right, so this will be the last question before we get into the trivia. But just
Okay.
where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years.
This could be professionally, personally, just however you see yourself living life in
Okay.
5 years.
5 years working for myself, like 100%. Having published 5 books, finished personality check, and hopefully on to the second phase of the body of work. A fine arts photographer, kind of like dealing more in like the museum
Yeah.
realm of work and things of that nature. I don't really like aspire to do editorial and like continue to work for brands because it's just not fun to me.
I feel that.
And 3 to 5 acres in a ranch style house, maybe a kid.
All right, cool. That was, you know, that's
Yeah.
a good look. You know what I'm saying? That's a good,
basics.
you know what I'm saying? Nice little basics. 5 books already done, you know, out the window. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty good answer. You know
I
what
think
I'm
I'm
saying?
on track to have 3 finished this year.
See, and then
by
you're going to have
December.
nothing but time for the last 2.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's going to be, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like you're definitely on track to just achieve all your goals and then some. So, you know what I mean? Just, I guess I said that was my last question, but my last question. Any advice for anybody starting out, like anybody watching who just now picked up a camera or just now thinking about it and they don't really know the ins and outs. Like, what advice would you give that person?
Do your research.
Facts.
Don't let anybody tell you what you're doing is wrong, because there's a million ways to do it all. And don't get caught up on the quote unquote accolades that other people have. Everything that glitters isn't gold. Find out what really works for you and be true to that and stick to that. That's going to take you further than anything or any publication can offer you, for real.
No doubt. No doubt. That's a beautiful answer. I couldn't say it better myself. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
All right, here we go with the
Trivia.
All right, so look, this is how this goes. You got 5 questions.
Okay.
Each question is worth $5 if you get it right. If you get it wrong, you get 5 nothings. 0 times 5. That's exactly what. So,
Okay.
I was telling you before, everyone's gotten at least 1 right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, will you be the one to get all 5 right?
I don't know. I suck at trivia.
Hey, listen, that's what they all say. But then you see the questions like, oh, I've been through this. Like, if you have like a Slumdog Millionaire moment, like, oh, I remember this when like 4 years ago when we had did that whoop the wop crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's how I learned that. And then you just and you just took all the money today.
All right, lay it on
You
me.
never
Let's
know.
see.
You never know.
See.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Moment of truth.
I'll do my best.
All right, so look. Question number 1. What does photography mean and in what language?
Okay.
What does the word photography mean?
Oh.
And in what language? So it's multiple choice.
Okay.
So is it A, capture the light in German, B, drawing with light in Greek, C, freezing the light in Italian, or D, stopping the light in French?
I think it's B.
B, so drawing the light in Greek.
I think so.
That's your final answer. That's really. You want to go through them again?
Yeah, go through them one more
So
time.
A, capture the light in German. B, drawing with light in Greek. C, freezing the light in Italian. Or D, stopping the light in French.
I'm gonna just go with A.
With A? So is A your final answer?
Yeah, A my final answer.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. 'Cause
Yeah. It's A, because I feel like that's the most basic one. I'm just gonna go for a basic answer.
I mean, all right. It's incorrect.
What was it?
The answer was B, drawing with light in Greek.
You gotta give me that.
No,
you talked me out
know.
of it. You talked me out of it.
No, how did I?
Yes,
What you mean?
did.
I talked you out of it.
You should have been like, okay,
I
B,
told
you
you
got
I-
it right.
No, that's not how the show works
you
at all. I'm supposed to
mean?
coerce you into getting the right
Damn,
answer.
it was really B. I knew the answer to that.
You knew the answer.
I
You
did.
didn't have faith in it yourself. That ain't got nothing to
did.
do with me. I just gave you the answer choices.
I feel
didn't-
like I got that one right.
I don't feel like you did, but you didn't, and that's kind
I
of the
got that
thing.
right.
You got it right unofficially because you knew it, but
I
you
don't
didn't
even
go
know
with your
how
gut.
I knew that either.
I don't know how you knew that either,
I don't even know how I knew that.
but you knew it, and then you changed your answer.
I feel
so
like I
don't
read
can't
that in
see-
a book somewhere like 5 years ago.
Listen, man, we are not responsible
It's
for.
the graphic for me because graphic like to draw.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
I don't even know the semantics, but listen, man, at the end of the day,
Okay, what was B again? Tell me what it said.
B, drawing with light in Greek,
Drawing
and you
with
chose
light.
A, capture the
I
light in
chose
German.
B, but okay.
You chose B first, but when I said it's your final answer, you chose A as your final answer.
Dang.
That's why we asked, is this your final answer? So
Okay.
that we, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you was right there.
Yeah.
You was right there.
It was drawn with light. It
You was right there. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, just trust the gut. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Trust
okay.
the gut.
Give me the next one.
Trust the
Give me
gut. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna, it ain't take nothing but a little bit of straightening. So look, question number 2. Which word is used to describe the prism in a single lens reflex camera? So which word is used to describe the prism in a single lens reflex camera? Is it A, diaprism, B, octacube, C, pentaprism, or D, anamorphic prism?
You know the answer to that?
He can't help you. We're not doing that either.
It can't
Okay.
The audience cannot assist in the answers.
Okay. Read it one more time.
So, all right, which word is used to describe the prism in a single lens reflex camera? Is it A, diaprism, B, octacube, C, pentaprism, or D, anamorphic prism?
I think it's either A or D.
Which one you going with?
I'm gonna go with D.
D, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
You gonna watch my? All right.
It was wrong again.
It's incorrect. So the answer is C, pentaprism.
For real?
Yes. So fun fact: if you've been watching the show, Javane got the same question.
Did I?
Yes,
You ain't
that's
even
how
put-
you know it, sir.
That episode
Because you got
is
that
not
question
even
wrong
out.
too.
That's not
That ain't
fair.
the. By the time this comes out, it will definitely been out for sure.
Oh my goodness.
So-
I mean, none of the episodes have been out yet, so
That's what I'm saying. We kind of in that phase of things right now in the recording process. But Javane definitely knew the answer because he got the question wrong when we shot it
hey, man,
the first
you
time.
learn from your mistakes.
Oh
I
dang!
mean-
Now we know. Okay, so pentaprism.
Pentaprism, yes.
Pentaprism. Okay.
So basically, just the light reflects off the pentaprism and then into like a DSLR, essentially. So it wouldn't happen necessarily in the mirrorless camera because they don't have the mirror. The mirror is what happened.
Okay.
I also learned that when I gave the question to Javane, who also got it wrong when we shot it. So don't feel too bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're the only one.
I'm not a sore loser. It's
You know what I
okay.
mean? So we just gonna move right along. Question number 3. Edwin H. Land invented ... Edwin H. Land invented what? Is it A, the off-camera flash, B, the first photo editing software, C, the negative, or D, the Polaroid camera?
Say that again. It's
So
really
Edwin
long.
H. Land invented one of these things.
Okay.
Which is it? Is it A, the off-camera flash, B, the first photo editing software, C, the negative, or D, the Polaroid camera?
I'm gonna go with A.
A, the off-camera flash.
Yeah.
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
All right, is this your final answer for real?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, just making sure.
Okay.
It's incorrect. So the answer is D, the Polaroid camera.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, you know, Javane didn't get that one. He didn't get that question at all. So let's not say that's not to say that he didn't know it. I don't know if he knew it or not.
Okay. I think I should have said D. That's what I was thinking.
You know, like just gonna keep moving right along. Question number. Oh, this is number 4. Okay, cool. Which of these was used to create a bright flash in the early days of photography? Which of these was used to create a bright flash in the early days of photography? Is it A, magnesium, B, sulfur, C, phosphor, D, mercury? One of these was used to create a bright flash in photography in the early days.
Said magnesium, phosphorus.
So A, magnesium, B, sulfur, C, phosphor, or D, mercury?
B.
B, sulfur? That's your final answer?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Because I don't know.
Incorrect. So the answer is A, magnesium.
It was
I got that
magnesium.
one too, right?
Yeah, he also got that one wrong as well. So Javane also got that incorrect too. So
Okay.
basically, magnesium created a flash versus the other 3 that were also used, but they create like a glow.
Okay.
So again, I learned that when Javane got it wrong the
I'm
first
into
time.
it.
You dig what
Okay.
I'm saying? So
Okay.
you know.
Damn, I done got them all
Even
wrong.
if you don't leave with money, you don't leave with some knowledge.
Yeah, I
Hey,
know.
facts. If you don't leave with money, you at least leave with knowledge.
You gotta give me
know what I'm
5 on
saying?
that first one, bro.
I don't listen, man.
You right,
250?
250.
We not haggling the price of the
250,
rewards.
250. The
When I
assistant
started the
producer
show,
said 250.
Hold on. Which button is it? Hold on.
Yeah, 250.
Bruh, we not doing this.
250. I'll take 250.
No,
I'll
come
take
on, man. We really haggling. We are haggling that core.
Right. Okay.
Question number 5. So, astonishingly so, mankind began to show an interest in photography as long ago as 500 BC. What type of camera was described by several far-sighted men at that time? So at that time, what was the main camera that was used in the 500 BC era of photography? Is it A, a pinhole camera, B, peephole camera, C, sinkhole camera, or D, think hole camera?
What was the first one?
The first one was A, pinhole camera.
It's A.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's your final answer?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay, yeah.
That is
I
correct.
ain't never heard of them other ones before.
Yeah, because I made all them other ones up. Yes. This think hole is not a word at all.
Yeah,
I'm glad
okay.
you did not fall for the trap.
So that means I got 750.
That's not how that works.
I got 750.
I don't know about that one. You got
Yeah,
5
750. Your mind.
in your mind.
Bruh, the
but
people gonna see this.
the
They gonna be
output
like,
is going to be 5.
you talked me out of that first one. When
I want to replay the clip. How did I
when you go
respond
back
to
and
you?
edit this, and you see,
And I see, I
when
want
you
to
see what
just
you
explain
did,
it to me. Just explain it to me.
Just
Explain
Apple
it to
paid
me.
me the 250
Explain it to me. How did I talk you out of
because
it?
I gave my answer. And you was like, that's your final answer, and I was like, yeah. And then
That's
you,
what I do
and
with
then-
all the answers.
and then you changed your tone of voice, and you was like, are you sure?
I did that multiple times with
said
all
it-
the other questions.
Nah, because with the first one, you was like, you should answer that again. Basically, that's what you alluded to with the. Are you
I
sure?
didn't say
Yes, you did. Did
That's
he or not?
crazy.
Y'all was here.
That's crazy.
Javane.
Javane.
See what? Frankie, what's up? Bro?
Put Javane on. We need to put Javane on camera,
Put
bro. Come
Javane
on
on,
now.
put Javane on the mic. Isn't that what he did?
Javane, bro.
He the
Yeah,
one
Javane
said,
don't even want to be in the middle, bro.
he said 250. That's how he know.
Nah, he just going along with it. Nah.
I got one right. I
You got one right. You know what I'm saying? And you had a possible. It's one in a possible.
750.
$5.
750.
We don't give possible.
$7.
Well, this is not a haggle. You get the 5.
I gotta try.
I will honor the 5.
Okay, 5.
But other than that,
All right, 5.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen, that's the whole point of the game, baby. You know what I'm saying?
There
We
was
trying
some
to-
kind of hard
the
ass
name-
questions. Though.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Here
Where
on
you get
Chop
them
Logic,
questions from?
just extensive research,
Oh my
a
god,
little ingenuity,
that's crazy.
know-how. I don't want to get too many secrets away. You know what I'm saying? But
You
you
pulled
know,
them shits out of a textbook somewhere, for sure.
Probably.
From an old photography history class
But
or
that's
some
how I
shit.
felt when I did it.
I
Hey,
was
man, listen.
what? Didn't I tell you I studied sound design? I don't know the answer to these questions.
but hey, listen, it's still in the field. It was nothing else
Oh my
completely
God.
outside of the wheelhouse of what you do.
I feel like the next photographer I run into, I'm gonna ask them these same questions.
Ask them the same
Can I get
questions.
the questions after this?
I got you.
All right,
I'll give you the answers and everything because it's already up. And you know what I'm saying?
that shit crazy.
That's
That's
hey.
what's good
You're
question.
a photographer. All right, let me ask you some questions.
That's the
Oh my
same. Listen,
God.
man. Look, that's part of the game here at Chop Logic, baby. We ask all the pressing questions. We make sure that at the end of the day, Tevin spends the least amount of money.
Oh my god.
So that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you get them all right, you win all the money. But if you didn't get them right, then hey,
Oh my god.
I'm all right. You know what I mean? So you know, it's $5. You know, that's not bad. That's 5 more than what you came with. You
That's
know
true.
What I mean?
That's true.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
take it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always, and I just appreciate you even coming through. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for
I
having
don't know
me.
about the 750, but you know, that, other than that, it was like, bro, you really, you know, like, what's this one? You know what I'm saying? Just thank you so much for, you know what I'm saying, just coming along. You know what I mean? Hey, anything that you want to promote, anything that, you know, your social medias, your just how can people get at you, can reach you, you know, see your work, anything like that. Just let's plug everything. Even the stuff you don't even be
Excuse
on
me.
like that, just plug it too. You know what I mean?
I'm Sister Artist on everything, so I'm not hard to find. It's like CISS the artist, no extra pronunciation, punctuations or nothing. And then personality check should be finished in the next 3 months for real. And I'll have 2 children's books coming out at the top of the year.
Okay. See, hey, that's
Yeah.
what's up.
I think that's pretty much. I think that's all I got. I mean, I don't know what else God might do in the interim, but so far that's all I got.
Hey, and that's dope. You know, like I said, I appreciate you coming through. You know, putting on for us creatives. You know, in the creative community. You know what I mean? Just thank you so much. Feel free to come stop by. We'll try this again sometime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is
You
fun.
know what I mean? Like we're gonna. Hey, the questions gonna have to get harder though. I'm just letting you know.
Oh my god,
can't
it was
ask-
hard the first time.
Exactly, which means we got to increase the difficulty. That's kind of the thing. Like, so for the first time, it's like it's a threshold, but then the second time, you already know what to expect to an extent. So we
Next
got
time
to
I'm
step
bringing
it up a
trivia
notch.
for you.
They ain't half bad.
Yeah.
They ain't
Next
half
time I'm bringing
bad.
trivia for you. I'm gonna up the stakes of the questions. I'm gonna make them shits hard as hell. I'm gonna make you feel bad about not getting that $50. I'm gonna make you feel real bad. I'm gonna be like $10 a question. Run it.
Hey,
You're
all right.
all
That
of
sound
them
like
wrong.
that sound like a movie to me. That sound like we got a whole nother episode in store again. That sound like the tables turning on the host himself.
Yeah.
What will Tevin El Chapo do
What would
when the
you
tables
do?
have turned? Hey, I'm with it. I'm with it. So,
was
you know,
good.
let me know when you ready. You know, I'll answer any question. You know what I'm saying?
We'll do it after the books come out.
Okay, after the books come out, all right, it's a
Yes.
bet. It's a bet. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's not nothing too crazy. Or maybe I hope it is. You know what I'm saying? Tasting my own medicine. You know, here at the Chop Logic podcast. But, you
Good.
know, just again, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
You know, my name is Tevin El Chapo. Friends call me Chop. This right here is Chop Logic. And we out of here. That's it.
And we out.
That's done. Peace out. Much love. Take it easy.